Welcome back to the wood shop. We're carrying on with our picture frame build. You'll notice the splines are glued in. They're clamped. They've been glued for an hour or so, an hour or two. And I'm going to show you how to take those down in size so that it's pretty close to finishing. And then at that point, it's almost time for sanding. There is a little bit of a profile to go on the front still. But anyways, this should be fairly short. So, clamps off. Sometimes I recommend that you put 2 clamps on each spline, so 2 on each corner. These splines weren't super tight, so I was able to work with just 1 clamp. But sometimes we need 2 to make sure that it fully seats. So I'm set up here at the bench with a vise that's sticking up. So this vise is a little proud, which means when I push the picture frame in towards it, it doesn't move. And what I've got is my favorite hand plane. This is a little block plane, sharp blade underneath. By the way, if you touch the blade, it's okay to slide your fingers that way. It's not okay to slide your fingers that way. That's how you're going to get cut. So we do set this for a medium-sized cut. Like we don't want to be too fine. It'll take forever, but we also don't want to be taking off too much material all at once. You'll notice that I've kept the splines longer than I need. The idea is I'm working back and forth, and I'm just slowly bringing this height down to my picture frame. What I want to do is leave about a fingernail's thickness worth of spline sticking up, and just slowly get down. It doesn't need to be absolutely flat here. This can be just a little bit proud. So I'm going to put you into fast forward now. We'll talk again when we're over at the bandsaw. Come with me. Let's go. Okay, so now that we're here, I'm taking care of all of this before I start my cuts. What I'm looking to do is to trim these off so that it's almost touching this edge. I want to leave about 1 millimeter there. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's it. At this point, let's get me back in frame. At this point, we do have a little bit of the spline sticking out the end there. That does not take long to sand off. Same thing all the way around. And we will do a little bit of sanding just to get this flat. Well, you're falling over backwards this time. So a little bit of sanding to get this flat. Little bit of sanding to get those ends flush, and it really doesn't take too long. You want to be working with about 80 to 100 grit because we do want to remove the material fairly quickly. Use a sanding block. It won't take long. We'll speak to you next time.